Hi guys, just a quick look at the ICOM ICR75 again. Just a quick talk about the odd bit of a paradox that it is, a bit of a funny thing with it. I find it's a really good receiver, really well built, nice radio, respectable company ICOM, not too common. Not too common nowadays to get hold of one of these, so they do pop up occasionally on eBay, and they were only made for so long. And the thing is that I'm talking about is the cost of them in the UK. They don't seem to have much resale value. You never really see, if you see one on eBay for about 250 Great British pounds, they go pretty fast. But if you see one on eBay for bidding starting about 350, nobody bids. It's just odd. I've never seen one sell, because I trade radios on and off, buy and sell radios on eBay and amongst other sites and marketplace and things like that. And I know I'm not an expert, but I know some parts of the market, and this is one of those radios that just baffles me that it never sells very well. People put them up for sale £400-500, they just sit there. No one's going to buy one of these for £400-500. Are they worth it? Well, obviously not. Then they're worth what people will pay for them, and so they're not worth £400-500. But I find it odd because they're really good radio, and I suppose they're held back a bit by the fact that they're not an old, high quality, classic HF receiver, and then they're not like a newer scanner stroke DC to daylight full range receiver. They're not one of those either, or even a 90s or 2000s one of those. They're not one of those either. So I suppose they're a bit held back by that, and there's a few other down points which I've spoke about in the other videos about them, i.e. the filtering's a little bit hard to understand, and the FM's not the best FM, more focused on sideband and AM really, but they're nice radios for that if you're after a shortwave receiver. But all I'm saying is it's very odd that they don't seem to, people put them on eBay, like I said, for bidding for about 350, and they just don't get a bid, and I think that's crazy. I think they're worth probably 350, but obviously if people won't bid that much, they won't sell it, and they do come up on eBay. Not that often, but quite often. So yeah, it's just a bit of a weird one for me. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about doing a very short video on this and just talking about the fact that I just find it very odd that they don't sell very well, and they're such a good radio. I'd say the build quality is not quite up to the ICOM higher end standard, but it's certainly not on the bottom end of things. It's certainly still built really well, and with high quality, and it's very light as well. I don't know if that puts people off, but it's quite a light radio. It just looks like it should be heavier, which is